This man's going to show me where we're going to find a Yuri Gagarin statue. There is one here. I knew there had to be. What a legend. We've come to the little known town of Tumga, where I'm going to show you a little piece of interesting Soviet history. Wow. Санаторий, да? Можно я посмотрю?
Можно.
Спасибо вам большое. Wow. Check it out. We're at the sanatorium where Yuri Gagarin stayed after his spaceflight. Look at it, the old hammer and sickle. Пешком тоже, как я. Wow, интересно. Wow, we're walking the very same path that Yuri Gagarin walked all those years ago, 1961. Wow. The Soviet entrance. Let's go and have a look up here. This is the accommodation block where Yuri Gagarin stayed. You can imagine him coming out onto his balcony on a summer's morning, taking in some fresh air, feeling some of that fresh earth air for the first time. How good he must have felt here up in the mountains. Wow. Not much has changed. And what's interesting is that they didn't really put him in any fancy accommodation. He was the biggest star, well, the biggest star in the world for a period of time. And they brought him to this simple accommodation block here, you can see. Well, as we descend these Japanese-built steps towards our car, we should remember Yuri Gagarin, a man who not only went on an amazing journey into space, but maybe, more importantly than that, was the first man that the West, the first man from the Soviet Union, I should say, that the West fell in love with his good looks and his charm. He humanized the Soviet Union. After Yuri Gagarin and his journey, maybe people didn't associate the Soviet Union just with Stalin and Beria and the other henchmen, but he started to see the Soviets as people probably not very different from us in the West. Anyway, let's continue our incredible journey south towards the exclaves. This man's going to show me where we're going to find a Yuri Gagarin statue. There is one here. I knew there had to be. What a legend. Это Киргизстан.
Сперва. Может, посмотреть.
Давай посмотрим вместе. On a summer's day, whilst Yuri Gagarin was staying down at the sanatorium in the lower half of the valley, he hiked up here. It's okay, I can do it. Yeah, we'll go. He hiked up here. And he stood on this rock here. And afterwards, of course, the great Yuri Gagarin stood on this rock. They wanted to commemorate the moment. And so they brought someone to sculpt out of the rock Yuri Gagarin's face in his helmet and his general stars. Yes. The great Yuri Gagarin once stood on this rock. Спасибо, что показали.